Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I'm bringing you some gameplay from the Halo Master Chief Collection. This is some gameplay that we got at Gamescom, which is kind of an early alpha build of the game that is just stable enough for Gamescom. So if bugs prop up, that is something that I actually needed to mention to even be allowed to upload this. And I also wanted to mention that this gameplay isn't necessarily my own. This is from Greenskull or Ready Up Live. Unfortunately, my taxi was really late to the capture event, so when I showed up, all the capturing was over. Though thankfully Andy, or Bravo MLG, managed to get me into capture, but I had a choice of either not capturing or playing against a professional Halo team with random teammates. And I got 3 Portuguese guys that had never played first-person shooters wanting to try Halo versus an entire competitive Halo team, and let's just say that it didn't end up very well. So Greenskull was nice enough to give me some of his gameplay, which is very good, because he actually plays Halo very similarly to how I do or did if you were on my channel back in the days where I was playing Halo. So it's very good gameplay, very fun to watch. Wanted to talk about the game a little bit. It actually is basically Halo 2, except it's 60 FPS, which makes it feel weird because the Halo franchise has always been a 30 FPS game, and even though a lot of people say they can't tell the difference between 30 and 60 FPS, I can promise you that when you sit down and play the Halo Master Chief Collection, you will notice the difference. It really does feel sort of odd. Not odd or unusual, not in a bad way. It actually feels like in a good way, like Halo always should have been 60 FPS, but that's just something you're going to notice. One other thing is that the graphics, while slightly better, are not necessarily next-gen or as beautiful as you remember them being. So obviously they're better looking than the original Halo. There's more textures, there's more plants. The maps are geometrically almost completely identical. There are a few tiny areas that are different, but even though it is an improvement, it still definitely doesn't look like a next-gen game. It feels like more of a mod or more of a last-gen game. Though the important thing is the gameplay is exactly the same. What we're playing right now is Halo 2. I believe there are it's Halo 2 variant. It's almost exactly Halo. It's like Halo 2 with a couple of other guns added in. You'll see some assault rifles, and you might see a different variety of needler and some other things, but it's very similar to Halo 2, and it plays like Halo 2. If you played Halo 2 back in the day, if you did those ranked clan playlists, if you played Big Team Battle and all that sort of stuff, it plays exactly like this, like so exactly. I was getting such nostalgic feelings playing this game. I remembered I played the devil out of this game in high school. We dealt with people that had, what was it? Yeah, the standby button. They'd hit the standby button and try and cheat us and capture the flag, and I played this particular map more times than I can remember, and this is Halo 2. Other stuff in the game, of course, you've got the campaigns, but as far as multiplayer goes, you also have Halo 1 and Halo 3. You can boot up and play multiplayer Halo 1 online, which I think would be like the first time ever for console without that weird sort of LAN thing that they had going on Halo 1. Like that, Halo 1 came out before Xbox Live was a thing, so you had to do like game battles or GameSpy or something crazy like that to kind of play this game through your network, and it lagged really bad. I think you could also do Halo PC online, but it wasn't quite the same as that, console feel that everybody wanted. Halo 3 is also in here, so you can boot up and play Halo 3, which was my personal favorite Halo. Kind of an outlier there. Almost everybody really liked Halo 1 or Halo 2, and there's actually a good bit of dislike for Halo 3, but I felt like Halo 3 was the best package. It had the best balance of anything. It didn't have any weird bugs like BXR. BXR is back in this game, which is kind of an interesting story, because even though it's a bug, it was an extremely popular one that was eventually embraced as a gameplay mechanic. However, when the game was ported over, when they brought it back, that bug actually wasn't present, so they had to redo the game coding to make BXR a thing when you play the Halo 2 playlist in this game. So you've got Halo 1, 2, and 3. They're almost identical, little variations in each one, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I totally could be here, my information on this isn't the best in the world, that there is sort of a Halo anniversary, like a Master Chief Collection special playlist where you play with almost all of the things combined from the different Halo games. Like you'll play, it kind of runs like Halo 3 as far as mechanics and controls, but you've got all the guns, all the maps, all the everything, and it's just this big sort of Halo-gasm. And at Gamescom, this was one of the bigger booths. This was one of the more popular attractions, probably the most popular one in the Microsoft section, and I went to the Microsoft pre-Gamescom press event sort of thing, and this was by far the most popular one. It's kind of funny, like the Microsoft guys, they really like Halo. That is just their bread and butter shooter still. Even though they work with Call of Duty, they work with Titanfall, they work, oh, that would be Respawn Entertainment, all these other companies. And you see the waterfall right there? That's one of the things they added, some dynamic map elements. You can turn it on and off. There's a waterfall. On Ascension, which I also played, you have the ability to turn on and off this sort of weird shield in the middle of the map, which is, I don't know, it's an unusual gameplay mechanic. But overall, this is shaping up to be a fun game. I don't know if this is going to be the #1 shooter of all time ever on, I don't think this is going to take over Xbox One, but it's fun, it plays like Halo, it's nostalgic, there's nothing wrong with it, and they're actually doing some esports support for the Halo Master Chief Collection, because Halo had a really strong competitive scene back in the day, like, especially in Halo 2 and 3, they had a really strong sort of competitive Halo thing going on. They actually have already in place competitive rule sets, the same ones that the pros were playing back in the days on Halo 2 and 3. I actually had to play those against the Halo pros, which was absolutely brutal, and there is some sort of plan for supporting it on MLG and casting and trying to get tournaments going and all this sort of stuff. So it's looking like a bright future for the Master Chief Collection if you're an Xbox owner. I don't really have any complaints about it. The complaints that I would have about the game are the same ones that you would have for a game that, I mean, it's a remake of an old game, so if you played Halo 2 and you didn't like it, you're not going to like this, and that's just kind of how it goes. That's all for this commentary. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And there's a little bit of gameplay left, so I'm going to hop off and kick over to full game audio. Drifter out.
5 kills to win. Double kill. 5 minutes remain.